Hey there, it's your Wisconsin Wine Guy, and we are back again with another wine review. We're at the last quarter of the year, and I've been giving you lots of wines. You know, it's funny, the last quarter of the year, I try to throw so much wine into the year of wine reviews just to give you a lot to look for, a lot to search for, and this year is no exception. So we're coming to the end of the year, and this is no different than any other year for me in bringing you different wine reviews. And again, for those who are new, these are wines that you can pick up where you shop for wine. Grocery store, liquor store, or wine shop. These wines on the shelves, and I give them a taste to let you know what I think about the wines. These are my personal opinion. Doesn't make it right, doesn't make it wrong, but these are my opinion from my palate. Utilizing the very simple thumb rating system. Thumbs up says it's a pretty solid wine. I recommend it. You know, 3/4. You know, I had this someplace, or I just picked up a bottle, I liked it, or maybe I discovered it doing a review. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to keep some of these bottles on hand. Halfway, something about that wine was off from my palate. Doesn't make it a bad wine, it just didn't work for my palate. You give it a taste and let the rest of us know what you think. Thumbs down, always an easy one, right? What can you say? You can't say anything else than a thumbs down. But I will tell you what was it about that wine that I gave it a thumbs down. Now, today's wine we're going to be reviewing is going to be Josh Cellars. You know, I've done quite a few reviews of Josh Cellars wines, you know, over the years, and this is no exception. You know, a lot of good wines in the Josh Cellars lineup. I mean, I have to check and see. I think I did a Josh Cab versus a Joel Gott Cab. You know, if I didn't do that in a blind tasting, I'm going to do that for 2024. So look forward to that in 2024, you know, as a taste off between those two wines. Because some people are pro Joel, and some people are pro Josh. All right, so we're going to find out. We're going to do it once and for all and find out where I fit in that contest. So now, but today we're talking about Josh Cellars, you know, owned by Joseph Carr, you know, a winery that was put into play in honor of his father, you know, Josh, and Joseph Carr is owner, but his father Josh, you know, making wines in his name. And we're looking forward to trying these wines. So these are going to be the bourbon barrel aged. First, let me say this. Now, most people, you think of Josh wine, you think of that yellow or cream colored label. I mean, you find that label everywhere, but you also have a brown label, a black label, a gray label, a charcoal color label, this label, another brand label called Hearth. You have Family Reserve, you have Reserve. You know, you have all these different labels of Josh. You know, so when you hear the name Josh, you know, keep in mind that there are different labels of Josh, and each wine and each label is going to carry a completely different taste profile for the wine, okay, for the label. So now, this is a label I haven't done before. I just started seeing this on the shelves. We're looking at a 2020 for the Zinfandel Bourbon Barrel Aged, and 2020 for the Bourbon Barrel Aged Cabernet. So Zinfandel Cabernet, both bourbon barrel aged, like 14.5% alcohol on each of these. Something else I know about Josh Cellars is that they don't own any vineyards. They work with different farmers, grape farmers, across California in order to produce wines. You know, they make these wines, you know, different grapes from different vineyards. You know, these are just say California. Some are just specific to the north, some specific to, you know, the central coast. You know, but they get these grapes, bring it back, make some wine, do a final blend on some of them, but all the same grape, you know, to give you a pretty delicious wine. So I think that's pretty cool. You know, you don't have to have a vineyard to make good wine, right? Right? Okay. So again, 14.5% alcohol on both of these. All grape sourced from California, and aged in 2 months of bourbon barrels here for the Zinfandel, 3 months for the bourbon barrel for the Cabernet. So let's give these a pour. Now, I think I'm going to taste the Zinfandel first, and then I'm going to taste the Cabernet. You know, so I'm looking forward to trying these. Oh, retail. Retail, you can find the both. Woo, wow, you can find both of these retail at between a range of $17.99 and $26.99. All right. So now here we go here. I don't have my white background, but I got my black background here. So, But I'll tell you the color here. I mean, believe it or not, this Cabernet actually is a lot darker than the Zinfandel. When you look down in the middle of the bowl, it's a lot darker than the Zinfandel, so that's pretty interesting. Okay, you know, on nose-wise, we got to separate these. Nose-wise, it was almost comparable, or compatible, in the nose. Wow, nice dark fruit on both of these. But let's separate these so we can get a better smell here. Let's move that one way over here so we get a better smell. So the Zinfandel first. And then when I think of Zinfandel, you think of the old school Zinfandels, like 15, 16% alcohol, jammy, juicy fruit. All the Zinfandels of today aren't really like that. Not like that old school. A lot still have that density of fruit, but not as like jammy, like you're tasting, like jam, like dense jam. Okay, so nose here, spice, cedar. Ooh, you get a subtle bit of caramelization here. It's probably come from that bourbon barrel age. Dark fruit. Wow, I mean, beautiful nose on that. Now for the Cabernet, let's slide this over. Let's go. All right, make sure. I mean, both of these are very aromatic. Okay, Cabernet. Ooh, a lot different. That one had more of I gotta go back. That would have more of a brighter nose to it versus more of a dark, richer nose to it. Ooh, even this one has, 3 months? This one has a little bit more, of richness on the nose. Wow. You definitely pick up the Bourbon-esque nose here. Wow. I can't take my nose out of this. Wow, that smells pretty nice. I mean, that smells nice too, but this is a little bit more, there's a little bit more oomph to it, the Cabernet. So, cedar, maple, spices. Get a little bit of toastiness. Wow, there's a lot of nose complexity here in this one. Dark berries, cherries, and caramelization. A little blueberry in there. Wow, nice. Okay, enough of that. I'm just like, salivating all over this, just the nose of the Cabernet. Let's go back here. Now, 2-step process, so a lot more richness here. We got that. So for 2-step process and tasting, what we do first, that's right, acidity comes first. No acidity for me, red or white, no play. All right, it's an instant thumbs down if it's a flat, flabby wine. Who wants to drink a flat, flabby wine? So we're going to see if my order's going to work out here. Based on the nose, I'm thinking that this is going to go first. Okay, rinse. Wow, good acidity, fantastic acidity. I can see that being a good food wine too. Wow, nice. Now I think I did the Josh Family Reserve Bourbon Barrel Zinfandel on the taste. So I'll put that inside the link so you can see how it compared the two. Okay, oh, good finish on that, but not heavy. Okay. Dry, but mid-palate of fruit. You get a little bit of that fruitiness up front, but not fruity. You can't say fruity. This is a little bit of fruit up front, but more in the mid-palate. Spreads, finishes nice. Cedar taste on the finish. Tannins, soft, medium. Now let's go to the Cabernet. Again, good acidity, more tannins here, good fruit. I mean, just the overall feel of the Cabernet is nicer to me compared to the Zinfandel so far. So far. Okay, things can change as you taste. You do get a subtle hint of bourbon feel, a bourbon taste on the finish. It's there, then it goes. Okay? Once all the liquid is gone out of your mouth, and just the residue is left, you can pick up subtle notes from that bourbon barrel. Not bad. Let's go back to a Zinfandel. Let's see if they probably play nice. You can't go back and forth. When you go back to the Zinfandel, you pick up more smoky notes. In fact, the Cabernet makes the Zinfandel taste even better. It tastes a little bit more fuller. Go figure, right? But two entirely different wines. You know, two entirely different grapes, two entirely different wines, but both aged in bourbon barrels. Now, let's rate them. Zinfandel first. More smoky notes in the glass now. Okay. Okay. All right, here we go. I'm going to go 3/4 on the Zinfandel. I think the Zinfandel, in my opinion, could probably lose just a little bit more fruit to it. Although it's still a good drinking wine. With 3/4 on that one, I mean, I would still drink it. I would probably even sit on some of this. With 3/4 on that. Coming to the Cabernet, I just thought it had a little bit more richness to it, had a little bit more depth to it. You know, a good mouthfeel, a little bit of spirit on my palate. So that one's going to get a thumbs up for me. You know, so 3/4 on the Zinfandel, the Bourbon Barrel Reserve. I can't wait to look back to what I thought about the other Bourbon Barrel Zinfandel. And then thumbs up on the Bourbon Barrel Cabernet. Again, if you've been following me, you know I don't like a whole lot of bourbon aged wines out there, but when I find a few, you know, it's pretty good. So, Wisconsin Wine Guys saying to you as always, let your palate be the guide when selecting your wine. And I'm going to see you next time because I have lots more wine to share with you before the end of 2023. Ciao!